Oh, I believe Charlie Kirk was assassinated by Israeli operatives working within the United States government. He was becoming too vocal about Israel's control over the United States of America. And I believe the white power structure and the Israeli operatives that run it, because let's be clear, America's infrastructure is very much dominated by Israelis. Very much dominated by Israel. Mm-hmm. That's why everybody who gets elected president in this country has to go to Israel and put on the cap and pay respect. You have to bow down. They run this country. They run the government. They own the politicians. They own the infrastructure, the universities, Hollywood, the music companies. They run this country. Look how tough Donald Trump is, right? He's supposed to be this maverick, right? Cowboy. Why he never flexed like that with Israel? Do you realize Donald Trump has not went against a single thing yet that Netanyahu has done? And you can't
to do it again. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. It's Mama Leyla. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري وأحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. وجهت وجهي للذي فطر السماوات والأرض حنيفا وما أنا من المشركين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. This will be probably my last video. I was laying low today. I stay indoor most of the day. It's a Sunday. I give myself permission once in a while to stay indoor and kind of hibernate, even though in my place it's very extremely hard to hibernate because it's where they torture me the most. This is where they turn it literally into a torture chamber. That is the Zionist eugenics criminals who are being medically exploiting me and torturing me and doing all kind of nefarious things. But that's another topic. I already talked about it. This brother, he's 100% right. The Zionist power structure is the power that dominates the American and the Western hemisphere through fear and intimidation. They are extremely aggressive and forceful, and the only way to defeat them is to be equally, extremely forceful, energetically, and dominating, but in a state of dark side, but through the fear, through the light. It has to be through the light, through love and through compassion, but also through truth, because they fear the truth the most. Okay. Let me tell you a few things about me. I am a formal spokesperson for the Stonewall Democrat. The reason they kicked me out as a former Stonewall Democrat passed legislation that was extremely successful for the trans community in the state of Nevada in Las Vegas chapter Stonewall Democrat. Yasmina Adam, Google me. But anyway, I'm not bragging, but I am. I liberated the entire community of people not to be discriminated at the workplace while we had a Republican governor in the state of Nevada, Governor Sandoval. He was a great man, to be honest with you. He's much better than many Democrats today. But anyway, he was a Hispanic, Mexican American. He passed that legislation back in 2014 after we fought a really, really good fight. And we won. But anyway, let me get back to this brother's point. He's 100% right. The same power structure, they came after me, they exploit me because the U.S. government, they always wanted to exploit me because I have what they call unusual immune system. I'm extremely happy, joyful by nature. I am extremely hyper, very creative, alhamdulillah. I am extremely gifted by God. I grew up as a queer trans child in Somali culture, which is really, really extremely Muslim environment, which is very hard. But I developed like a magical skill since I grew up. I look just like a female, and I was not born that way, but I would pass in public just the way I am. And my parents had the hardest time, and I love them dearly. But I understand why my family couldn't accept who I am because I'm still Muslim. I'm embracing and I practice Islam fully today, alhamdulillah. But that's between me and Allah. Anyway, they have targeted me because I spoke the truth, and I am equally forceful, just like they are. But I don't use the dark, evil, hateful, fear force. I use love and truthful force. And this force is extremely impactful. Let me explain to you how it's impactful is. The reason they came after me and they put so much capital to destroy my spirit, in which they cannot up to this day, and they microchipped me multiple times, many places, so much so criminally, used the U.S. force, used the military, used the intelligence agency, used the fire department. They use all access that they have to use because they own this bitch. They own America. Okay, so this brother, what he wants to know is they can be defeated, but it has to be through the light. He doesn't like queer people. I know that. He's so funny, but he tells a lot of truth. Let me tell you one last thing. The only way to defeat the Zionists is to be equally forceful, but on the light side. Salam alaikum. Love you. Oh, I do it all the time. Forgot to mention the reason I was kicked out of the Democrats and I lost my position as a spokesperson for the Stonewall Democrat because I stood up against Hillary Clinton. I simply said, I'm not voting for that bitch. She destroyed Libya. She was a war criminal. She's done the unthinkable to Haitians during the earthquake. She created that. Research it. You'll find out some extremely criminal stuff that woman did. But that woman, she represents the power structure that I am referring to here, which is the Zionist power structure, the softer face. I call it the softer face, which is the most, what is today considered liberal, even though they are not liberal. They are literally criminals, war criminals, and the Zionists, eugenics mafia, that's what I call them. But she and Obama and all these people they are part of this game, which is the CIA Zionist Mossad operation. So this is the reason that I was kicked out of and I was targeted. So I was targeted originally I was scapegoated and targeted by the conservative. Unfortunately, including some black churches, which is really sad. How black people are operated within the the political arena. But I talked about this many times, and I'm not going to put energy into it because that's not the point. The point here is, during the Black Lives Matter, I got on the patio right here in my neighborhood in Capitol Hill, where it became really extremely popular. We had the zone here that become national news. I got on that zone and on the podium, and I said, "Free Palestine," and I screamed out loud, and I say, if we do not free Palestinians from the Zionist choke grab, the same choke grab that killed George Floyd, is the same choke grab that they have been doing on me electronically, basically, literally, to obstruct my breathing and control my mind and, doing all kind of torture, horrible things. I say, if we do not free Palestinian, and if some of us are oppressed, we are all oppressed, and it will come back to us here, and it will knock our doors. And that's exactly what's going to happen. That is exactly what America is going to face. Many people in America will face this. This is just a transitioning period where the power will be transitioned to a greater Israeli project, what they call the Greater Israeli Project, which is what U.S. has been fighting all these wars for since 9/11, when they invaded Iraq. It wasn't to protect America. It wasn't for 9/11. That's a big lie. It was for the greater Israeli Greater Project. And this is the Zionist power structure that control the U.S. shadow government. These are the criminals, the CIA and the Mossad operatives, collaboration. But anyway, I want to end this by saying 2026 will be chaos upon chaos. By 2030, they want to come up with something that is drastically different than what we know. Our world, they want our world to change in extreme, extreme sort of way that we never thought this will happen. But it's up to us. I am so fucking tired of saying, excuse my language, I'm so fucking tired, flipping tired of waking up people to the reality, because people have been participating organized crime to destroy me. The same people I'm trying to wake them up are the same people who are being used as a useful idiot to literally attack me. But this is my last message for you guys. If they kill me tomorrow, I'll be happily gone. Alhamdulillah, I have been practicing Islam the way that pleases Allah. I hope, inshallah. And so hopefully I'm going to Jannah. I'm going to paradise. But also I would die knowing I lived my life the genuine way I wanted to live my life. Despite all the suffering and all the pain and all the rejection that I've been through, I would do it all over again but I would do it all over again in an Islamic way. Let me repeat that, in an Islamic way. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.